brigade rides again, and a glorious story lives again, sweeping you across thousands of miles of Asia, from the battlefield of Balaclava to the historic Khyber Pass. From desert revolts by fierce Surastani tribesmen to palaces of oriental splendor, where great nations vie for power with intrigue and treachery. Here, amid the pageantry and mystery of India, is woven the story of two brothers in love with the same woman, and the kisses that turned the tide of empire.
You're the only thing that's real here. All I know is that I'm holding you in my arms. You're so lovely. After sniveling to me about how grateful he is, my brother comes to me and tells me he's stolen the affections of the one person I love most in the world.
But Jeffrey...
And not content with that, you've got the effrontery to come here and lie.
You can't believe that.
And lie and lie. Take your dirty intrigue somewhere else, but get out of my sight and stay out.
Better abandon the wall before it's too late. The bags, sir. We can hold them up from there and get them as they come over the wall. Give orders to abandon the wall. Gilbert! Sound the retreat! Take cover in the bags, men!
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Scream Stream Minisode. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening.
And I'm sorry, like, of course, right as we go live, my voice just starts steadily giving out.
But have you been yelling all day?
Oh, I've been screaming up a storm. Well, yesterday.
Screaming your head off.
I was literally screaming my head off yesterday and jumping all up and running all up and down like a maniac for 7 hours. Wouldn't spend my Tuesdays during the summer any other way. So I'm having a great week so far. I hope everybody else is having a great week so far. We're here. It's Wednesday. If you're not, it's okay. We made it. We can woo-saw a little bit. And I see Kathy.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Yeah. Oh God, burying the lead here. Happy Juneteenth. I hope everybody is celebrating appropriately. You know, we celebrate every holiday by watching public domain media. You know, that's how we celebrate any holiday. But
yes, it's a one-size-fits-all solution.
it does just kind of cover the
holiday, any situation.
Right. That's right. It always fits. The mood is always right for some public domain horror and sci-fi. I'm gonna have to start amending now and saying and sci-fi because we've had so much recently, just in the last little bit. But
we're gonna have to put a little UFO in our please wait.
Yeah. Oh God. I can't replace the witch though. We're gonna have to like poll the audience and figure out who's got to get the boot. The witch stays.
Welcome to our game show. This is Icon Survivor, Clip Art Survivor.
Which one of these icons will be the last one standing?
Who has immunity?
Yeah, I would watch that game show for sure. So I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Kathy, Spark in the house. Hope you're doing well this evening. Glad you could be here with us. Finally, you know, we took last week off from our minisodes. So we're back now.
Felt like it's been a while.
It does. Well, the minisodes this season have been a little the schedule's been a little different because we started after our first movie, and then then we had to take that week off, and so it's just been kind of a. And we've had the problems with YouTube, obviously, goes without saying. Otherwise, we would be there right now. But hey, I'm glad that Kathy's here, and woo,
102.
102,
Oh, man.
Kathy. Oh,
Wow.
I feel bad. I'm sorry. That's not fun.
Yeah.
There's just such a thing as just a little bit too much summer heat. Like I enjoy the summer heat. I know not everybody does. Evan, I know, is not as big a fan of the summer heat.
I'm built for the winter more. I do good in the cold.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I prefer the sun and me over here constantly out by some body of water during the summer, and again, I wouldn't have it any other way. But some people, the mugginess, that is what makes it real bad, Kathy. That's right. That's always like on your real hot days during the summer, that's what really like sends you over the top. Because if you have a nice breeze going, like that's honestly here, it's been hot, but we've had such like a nice, it hasn't been as muggy.
Yeah, I mean, people joke, but it really is the humidity.
Yeah, it's true. That is not a lie. But we're weathering the weather as we do during these extreme times. So, and it's only gonna get hotter. So,
I wonder how hot it gets on Radio Ranch.
Well, I think that the Cowboys keep it pretty cool around Radio Ranch. I don't think that the heat is getting to them too much, just by their sheer presence.
You don't need an air conditioner when you have the cool tones of Mr. What's our guy's name again?
Mr. Gene Autry. Yes, the cool, soothing tones of some comedic country western music. I mean,
America's singing cowboy.
The original singing cowboy, I will remind the audience. I have enjoyed these little ditties that we've heard over the past couple weeks from Mr. Roy Rogers as we've been watching The Phantom Empire, and which stars Gene Autry, the singer and singing cowboy, and many other man of various talents, which we haven't even scratched the surface of yet. We're not going to do tonight. We've got plenty of minisodes left to go, so we're gonna save some of the fun Gene Autry facts. But starring Gene Autry as Gene Autry, and
playing himself.
That doesn't throw you for a loop. But yes, he's been out on Radio Ranch with all his fellow show cowboys and all these kids and the
Thunder Riders and the other fake Thunder Riders.
Yeah, the fake Thunder Riders who are just a bunch of little kids riding around with cardboard helmets, and then you've got these Thunder Riders who are part of the mysterious forces of this underground city of I think they call it Moo for short, right?
Moo. Okay, yeah, we can go with Moo.
I think they call it Moo for short, MU. But I don't know what the full. It has a full name, but it escapes.
I want to say Moravia, but I think that's just
Morania. I think it's Morania. They call it Moo for short. Yeah. So we'll have to really get our cow and dairy jokes tuned up over the. I mean, it is a Western after all, and we're on the ranch.
It doesn't matter too much. It's a moo point.
Ah, that's it. This is where we really could use fresh. I'll have to get it queued up.
Where's my drums?
Yeah, I'll just have to have it set on my keyboard. I'll have to start getting a soundboard queued up. Just not even look, just know what I'm hitting. We'll get there. But yeah, so Gene Autry has this underground civilization under his ranch, and he's got these greedy God, I don't even know I guess they're just villains. These, I don't know, they're like professors or something that wanna mine the land for uranium, or
consortium of bad guys.
Yeah. Is it uranium that they're trying to get?
Was it radon? What was it? Radium. That's what it was,
Radium. Radium. Thank you. Yeah, radon and uranium. It's we're real close. We were circling the wagons on that one.
I think our wagon's getting a little irradiated.
Yeah, just a little bit. Speaking of wagons, I really hope that for the show on Radio Ranch, I'm sure we'll be seeing in this episode, that they do the same thing that all radio shows do, which is you vividly act out your scenario. For example, if you're doing a Western show, you're going to get a horse-drawn carriage and people firing guns at each other to ride around the microphone. Sound effects are not sufficient. And in this days, radio had high standards. This is when radio meant something to people, you know?
Yeah, they hadn't heard about Foley back then.
No, this was in the days where you think about now, you know, we've had peak TV, you know, we've had this golden age and the second golden age of television. Can't wrap your mind around the golden age of radio and all the crazy shenanigans they were getting into. Which is funny because my dad has Sirius satellite radio, and he listens to the Radio Classics channel, which just plays all these old radio shows. And it's so
okay.
I do have a lot of fun listening to those. Obviously, I mean, here we are. So obviously I have fun listening to old things like I have watching old things, but
yeah, that's tonight's episode is brought to you by Sirius Radio.
Yeah, Sirius XM. No, we're not sponsored yet. Maybe one day. If you're listening, Sirius. No, but this is, you know, we're 2 chapters. We're on the 3rd chapter tonight. We're 2 down, 12 to go. Or 10 to go.
What's happened?
That's a great question, Evan. And yes,
there was a plane. I think they were.
Oh yeah,
like a big gunfight and a plane, and
I think Gene was on the plane, maybe, or jumped from the plane.
I think the kids weren't the kids on.
The kids were on the plane. That's what it was, and Gene was doing something. I don't know.
Doing something.
But again, the beauty of these old serials is they give us a recap. Usually within the first 2 minutes, they'll show you the last 2 minutes of the previous chapter. So if you're lost like I am, and Evan seems to have a little bit more of a memory for it than I. Well, see, it's funny how just taking a week off, you're like, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, we were only
you don't use it, you lose it.
You did. Well, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Just like Gene Autry and his beautiful golden voice, he makes sure that he is using it, and it's not just because his contract says he has to be at the radio to do a show every day, or he'll lose it. Which I love that's just the whole plot conceit of this entire thing.
Yeah,
Gene's cannot miss a show. That's the stakes. The stakes are the show. I do kind of love that.
Yeah.
So the kind of thing that we're highlighting tonight is one of the co-directors of the serial, and I believe he's credited here as Breezy Easton, and I think sometimes he's credited as B. Reeves Easton. And but he got the nickname Breezy apparently because he did a lot of westerns and a lot of serials, but he would be hired to direct second unit on larger things that required a lot of horses. And so he got the nickname Breezy because apparently that was his attitude when it came to doing these large scale action sequences that usually involved a lot of horses. He wasn't really concerned with safety regulations.
Oh, so Breezy's not. I see here this whole time I was thinking, man, Breezy is such a cool nickname. I would love it. Yeah, here comes Breezy. What a cool
Nah,
guy.
nah, it's more
Not
like
in a good way.
yeah,
Not in a good way.
no, it's like here comes Breezy, the walking OSHA violation. Everybody look out. Yeah, I mean, he is. It's funny because the trailer that we saw in our pre-roll was for a movie that I think he did the second unit on, Charge of the Light Brigade, and that was the year after this serial. And I think that he really earned. Apparently, that was really where he earned the nickname because a lot of horses either got killed or had to be euthanized because they were so injured from the stunts that he was
Jeez.
making them do. And so that's you know,
Some animals were harmed in the making of this.
yeah,
movie.
that's kind of like the caveat that if you were gonna put a disclaimer on any of these old westerns or serials with a bunch of horses, you got to put a caveat of, there's a lot of animal cruelty going on back then, and that's not cool. We know a lot better nowadays, hopefully. You would think, but I don't know.
What a movie.
So we'll see another little piece of Easton's work, which also involves animals. So it's like, oh, maybe he shouldn't have been directing animals, but seems to be something that he would continue to do. So we'll talk about that. Anything before we get into tonight's chapter of the Phantom Empire, which I believe, give me that title again, Evan.
So tonight's episode is called The Lightning Chamber.
Ooh, the Lightning Chamber. Anything before we get into the Lightning Chamber, Evan?
I think Lightning Chamber's got to be like my favorite, like discount comic book superhero. Like he's a guy in like a skin tight suit, and he's got he shoots lightning. That's what he does.
Just like, and not like a huge bolt, just like a little zap, just like zzz,
Yeah.
and it like shocks you,
Yeah.
and it kind of hurts. It's like
this looks like a job for Lightning Chamber.
Yeah, and it's just little bits of static electricity. That's in real life you could that would be considered a superhero if you could just constantly shoot out little hey, you need me to light your cigarette, like he'd be good for that. Maybe not so much
Yeah.
saving the world or stopping a bad guy, but
You
need
need a
him.
lot of friends at bars.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Always lighten up the smokes. Well, without further ado, Evan, if you've got it queued up,
I sure do.
then we are going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of the Phantom Empire Chapter 3, The Lightning Chamber, right now.
You fake me out.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Did I really?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm joking.
Stop the movie. Stop the bus.
Breezy Eason. Oh, did I give you the link with it already starting like a few seconds in? Or did it start with that logo?
It started with the logo.
Oh, okay.
What's your time at right now?
I'm at 57, 58, 59,
Okay.
60. Hell yeah. We got it. Lester Smiley Burnett. What? Lester. Yeah, Morania. There it is.
Yeah, okay. Urania, not Moravia. Do you think they make good cookies underground?
Nah, I think they just use a lot of dirt.
Dirt cookies.
Dirt
mud
cookies.
pies.
Yeah, mud pies. Oh, it's that same music that we've heard a billion times. Every chapter of The Whispering Shadow. Professor Beatson. What a terrible name.
Beatson
Beatson.
with his big safari
Panama hat. Half owner of the ranch, falsely accused of murder to prevent his broadcasting. Betsy and Pinky. Army capture Autry.
Being a queen is easy.
I don't know. Why, they've got Audrey. Run over and catch up with them. Right?
Shh. Oh yeah.
Taxi driver, pull over.
Landing tear gas bombs all around them, but they don't seem to have any effect. They're wearing masks.
The armament room, quick! The Thunder Guard is being attacked by a surface man's airship. Dispatch an aerial torpedo at once, guided to the airship's destruction.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Why is he wearing a mask?
Kill this guy?
Yeah, dude. Launch a missile right at his plane. Yeah, I'm not sure why this guy's wearing a mask. He's underground, right? Oh no, I guess he's above ground.
It doesn't look like he's underground.
No, he's not. I guess they have this
Oh,
cave
that one little
base.
hole.
Yeah.
Get closer, will you? My
No
God.
one's investigated this hole in this hill. What?
How is he doing that now? Come on.
Come on.
Oh yeah, Gene, smooth.
Crack shot.
Oh my god.
Here, put this on.
Shoot that thing.
Oh my god. Wait, what?
Jump count 3 and pull this rig.
What I'm sorry, what?
Looks like they were hit.
Well, it looks like that one guy was hit by this giant rock. His small body absorbed the entire. Oh wait, no, sorry. What?
What? He's fine?
He's perfectly all right. He looked like he was a goner.
It wasn't a real torpedo.
Mm.
It's like the cap gun equivalent.
I feel like they
Great
did
gag.
that gag last time. It's just gonna be a running gag.
It's a recurring gag.
Stay where you are, Chef. We'll help you.
Plane is completely all right.
So they didn't even have to jump out.
Gene, why weren't you blinded by those tear gas bombs that the sheriff threw at the Thunder Riders?
I was unconscious. My eyes were shut.
Nah.
We'll help the sheriff.
You can't go over there. The sheriff will arrest you.
With all that tear gas around, he won't be able to see enough to arrest anybody.
Well, but Gene will be okay.
Let's go.
Here, put this over his eyes.
Yeah, but what about y'all?
Yeah, aren't you?
Dead?
It's okay, they're immune to tear gas.
Say, I've got an idea. Help me get Sharp over there at that tree.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to change clothes with Sharp.
What good will that do?
Don't you see? I'll be able to go back to the range, find out who killed your father, and clear my name.
Mm.
You go back and get some rope.
Tie him up. Oh shit.
I hate to leave him tied up out here. We'll release him tonight. He'll be all right. That tear gas will soon wear off. Listen. That must be the posse.
Let's just leave this concussed, unconscious man tied to this tree.
He'll be fine.
We'll come back for him tonight.
Wake up the next morning. There was something we were supposed to do yesterday. What was it?
I just can't put my finger on it.
Oh, you're better off than that aviator is. He's out of his head. Boys, get these fellas on horses so we can take them back to the ranch. We leave Pete and Oscar here. Bring back the plane.
Oh my god. All right.
Do you think he just does that when he's nervous?
Yeah, it's a tick. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't hear that one much anymore, do you? Yeah, fat head.
Are you gonna help me lug this contraption back to the ranch, or ain't you?
Ain't she?
Hug this contraption.
Hey, what's that? Never mind. It's something. Let's
What
see it.
is it?
All right, catch.
Oh shit.
Is it...
Idiots.
Oh my god.
What are you crying about? I don't know. I don't feel sad. But I broke.
I love the like rules behind how tear gas works in this.
Right. It just makes you cry.
Well, it knocks some people out, Evan, but others it just makes them cry. And then some people it has no effect. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Man, imagine if that's what tear gas did.
Just made you cry.
Would you rather be like in horrible pain or horribly depressed?
Mm.
According to the law of Murania.
God, what a great question.
Quite right, Argo.
Shall I direct the Seneschal to send a patrol?
It will more greatly impress the Thunder Guard if you arrest him yourself.
I thank your majesty. It is my
Love this guy's hat. I love how when he bowed to her, it stayed on because I didn't think that it would.
Oh, there's our man.
I love these
There's the
robots,
robot.
dude. They're not getting near enough screen time, dude. They're just like doing shit in the background. That's what I love. They're like carrying shit. Watched walking in front of the camera.
Yeah. There he goes.
I love it. Brrr. Going up.
We're up 12,000 feet. Get
Oh, it's
the
like when you go to the bank.
Exactly. Oh man. Well, that's what we all thought the future would be like, right? We'll just all travel around in tubes.
Yeah, we all just live at the bank. Whoa.
By order of the Queen, you are under arrest. I am ready. Always the good captain.
What? I love how you hear their feet shuffling.
Your Imperial Majesty.
You have been a good commander of my Thunder Guard. Yet not good enough. Twice you have failed to capture this serviceman, Gene Autry, whose radio ranch has attracted sufficient people to this vicinity to make discovery of our empire a possibility. Quote for me the law of the realm.
Everything that is belongs to the Queen. Her word is law. No man may transgress it, except by the grace of her Imperial Majesty. In no case, and under no circumstances, may an offense be repeated.
Sentence,
Death.
prison
very simple legal system.
Yeah, cut and dry.
Thousands of years ago, our ancestors were driven here by the glaciers. They built this city, and since then, my subjects and their forebears have lived here in peace. They have lived a life far more attractive than the life led in the mad world above. If the surface people discover the entrance to Murania, our advanced civilization is in peril. Did you not know these things?
Yes, Your Majesty.
I condemn you to death in the lightning chamber.
Ooh.
Lord High Chancellor,
Ooh.
see that the sentence is executed.
About face.
Dang, so brutal, man. I mean, what did he even do? What, he let Gene Autry get away? Was that the... What's at issue here?
I think.
All right, let's take a break right here. I know that's in a climactic part. I just thought, like, I was like, oh, we'll probably go back above surface. You know, I was like at 9 minutes. I thought, oh, this.
Are we
this
getting a full 20-minute execution?
maybe, dude. I thought we were definitely going back up, but it seems like we're gonna be hanging out there a while. So we'll go ahead and take our break right there. Leave you in suspense. What's going to happen in the lightning chamber? Who knows? That's the fun, right? Well, Evan?
Is my camera working?
Yeah, you're yeah, we see you.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah, it just sometimes it doesn't like show, but sometimes it does. Like whenever when I don't have my cursor on the bottom, or I'm not, it's a weird thing, Evan. Like it's like right now, if I take my cursor off, boom, you're
in control.
Yeah, I take my cursor off, boom, you're gray. Put my cursor back on, boom, you're there. So I don't know. It's a mystery. So you'll see Evan's screen kind of go like that when I've got to like move the cursor to do something. It'll go gray for a little bit. So that's, if you've ever wanted, yeah, that's right, Kathy. It's all my fault. Well, it's you know me. I'm always futzing with something technical back here, causing some kind of difficulties. But no. So that was the first half and some change of Chapter 3, The Phantom Empire. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
Man, if this is going where I think it's going, this is kind of dark for a kids show.
Yeah, well, I feel like something's gonna swoop at Gene, or somebody or something is gonna swoop in to save this guy, because he didn't do anything wrong. This Gene's not a bad guy. Although I will say, like, the Queen's... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the same thing. Tika's a pretty bad lady.
Yeah, she's an intense queen. Like the way that, like, she was kind of going through the whole law with him. You know, very much like, okay, so you know how we do things here. What are our rules? And what'd you do? You broke those rules. And what's the sentence? All right, so that's what's happening. Get out. Yeah, she really is.
Than Ming, I think.
Yeah, which it's interesting to see as such an authoritative queen. Not that that's not like a trope.
Did we ever see Ming like execute somebody? Maybe he did do that.
I think in like maybe one of the early chapters, and then I know in some of the later chapters he like would kill or almost killed certain other characters, but I don't think
Tika still has catching up to do.
She does, but I mean, again,
she's at a good start.
I mean, there is to an extent like an evil queen trope, I guess, that had been established up to this point, but I feel like it's not something that you see a lot. This like authoritative queen she's very much in control, and she's not necessarily a tyrant. You know, like she's trying to do what's best for her people, but she's still
a girl boss.
the original girl. No, No, Tika's she's this is an interesting character though. I mean, it fits into the larger, like, just intriguing nature of the characters and plot as a whole. Like, there's been more stakes than the normal serial. There's been more, there's just been a little bit more to hang your cowboy hat on for this season in terms
Yeah.
of plot and story than what we normally get with these serials. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Have we seen Gene yet? Where's Gene been?
well, we saw Gene. Remember Gene?
Okay, yeah, he was off the. We just haven't seen him in a FU.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought, like, when we first went down to Moo and we were with the Queen, I thought, this will take a minute and then we'll go back to Gene. But no, we are still in Moo. We have not left.
We
so.
lost a lot of time to the comic relief bit.
Yeah, I'm afraid we might have to get used. We might have to strap in for more comic relief over the course of this serial, unfortunately. Not that, hey, maybe comic relief's your thing. Not all comic relief is bad comic relief. But 80% of the time it's not advancing the story or really interesting in any way. Was it Undersea Kingdom that kind of completely did away with their comedic relief until like the last couple chapters and they brought them back?
Yeah, they disappeared for a while in the back half.
Yeah, they were like in the first 2 chapters, disappeared, and then showed up in the last 2 chapters. It was like, what was the point? Like, at least I'm trying to remember in Flash Gordon. I don't necessarily remember any comic relief in Flash Gordon.
Yeah, I don't really remember that. I mean, we know Whispering Shadow.
Oh, that was a little. That mean, I feel like the more that the further we've gotten away from that, the more that I reflect on it, the angrier I get about that ending. Like in a way that it's like, okay, well, we had to eventually watch something that would have an ending like that. But it's one of those things you joke about, not thinking it's ever going to happen, and then it happens, and you're like, well, I'm angry about this. This was the comic relief the whole time. We were never going to guess that. How are we supposed to guess that? Spoiler alert, if you haven't gone through the Whispering Shadow all the way, the comic relief did it. And that's all I'll say. I mean, that whole serial is such a hard thing to keep track of anyway, And Evan was diligently on the task. This is a little more straightforward, I think.
Yeah.
Gene's.
This is more my speed during our chill summer.
Right, yeah. The stakes are clear. Everything's very clear. You're not having to go back
I'm gonna keep it over here.
Yeah, right. That's how we do it during the summer. But yeah, so far so good. We'll see what happens in the lightning chamber. We'll see if this guy gets fried to a crisp. He doesn't deserve it, but Queen Tika, yeah, she's a savage. She has decreed it. So I guess it's going down.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Unless the machine is on the fritz, which very possible if it's all powered.
You know what?
What?
Robbie the robot to the rescue.
Oh, yeah, one of them robots swoops in and breaks through the chamber and like gets the charge and gets all electrocuted.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And then he carries him out through the foreground.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, he's just like there's other stuff happening in the background, and yeah, he's just walking close up in front of the frame. Like, what is he doing? It doesn't matter. We've moved on. He's doing his own thing. Don't worry about him. The robots they have their own business. Don't ask questions. I do enjoy that.
We never see that guy again.
So, I do love this robot business. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, but we're gonna get this little break, and of course, we were talking earlier in the show about the co-director of tonight's serial, Breezy Eason, who again got his nickname because he was apparently very lax when it came to protocol for safety. and especially when it came to animals, which makes this trailer a little intriguing for a serial that he directed, I think, the same year as tonight's serial, 1935. And he also, I believe, co-wrote this one. And we've seen this before. I believe it's entitled, let me look. I just want to make sure I get it right. Is it called? Let me see. It is, I don't know why it's not showing me. I think it's called Call of the Wild. So, if I got the title wrong, forgive me.
We'll go with
1,000 pardons if it's not Call of the Wild, but it's not. And the reason I'm second guessing myself is because I know it's not an adaptation of the book. But it's called the something or something, but it's a Ren 1010 and, or I think Rex and Renty, was that how they were billed when we saw one of the other trailers? The horse and the dog. Remember we talked about this when we watched Whispering Shadow?
Yeah.
Rex the Wonder Horse and Ren 1010 Jr.
Right. Yeah, Rex the Wonder Horse.
Yeah, so this is a Rex
Famous dog and horse combo.
Right. So this is a dog and horse combo movie. And I believe it's both of them. If not, it's definitely Renty. Ren 1010. I think Rex is in here too. So Rex got treated like shit by Breezy. No star treatment for Rex on this serial. No trailer and carrots for Rex. So
not even a horse trailer.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. No, he's gonna be treated like every other horse, which was terribly. But this is a little bit of a longer trailer. It's like 5 minutes, I think. So you'll get your fill of Rex and Renty, and I'm sure that you'll see plenty of possible glimpses of animal cruelty. So unfortunately, that's again, these serials, it's so crazy to think that they're making 12 chapters of a thing. They're trying to do like 240 minutes of serial, and in a matter of like a couple weeks, you're trying to film all that and edit it and have it out. And this studio mascot was just cranking out these things. It baffles me, especially when you've got 30 people on horseback in every episode. I don't know if they've reused footage.
Some corners get cut, but just keep it breezy.
Keep it breezy. On that note, we're gonna get this break, and then when we come back, we're gonna do the exciting conclusion of the Lightning Chamber. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Stop! Rex! Stop, I say! Would you please tell me what day this is? Hey, stop! I got a pebble in my shoe! As soon as you come on, I'm gonna knock you in again! Stop him!
Why, this statement claims that John Sheldon told me he murdered Lou Salter.
Of course it does. That's what Sheldon told you. Don't you remember?
I won't do it. Mr. Sheldon is innocent.
Get on it. Right away! Look out! Don't move that horse. Why not? He's the fastest racehorse in the world.
Let's just not even have you bother like trying to do this horse getting run over by a train thing. I know you want to, Breezy. I know you're itching, but let's take a step back.
Devil horse.
Yeah, the devil horse. So Easton was he was out for blood with that horse, but they made him restrain himself. We are back. That was the trailer for The Law of the Wild. I was close. Yeah, see, call didn't sound right.
You're in the ballpark.
I was in the ballpark. So, just Rex the Wonder. Was Rin Tin Tin in there too, or was it just Rex?
Yeah, it was Rex the Devil Horse and Rin Tin Tin the Wonder Dog.
Hmm. Yeah, Rex was. Yeah, I think the Devil Horse.
He had developed a reputation by that point, I guess.
Yeah, he had. That's right. I forgot we talked all about because Rex was like one of the big stars of that studio. Like he starred in like 3 or 4, now maybe more than that, was like top billed in serials, just like Ren Tin Tin.
That's like Autry.
Yeah, it is.
Imagine if they could have got that working thing.
Yeah, well then they would have been. They hadn't figured out the peanut butter thing yet. You know, they had to. They had to wait till it was like, you know, till Mr. Ed came around that they finally perfected that method of the talking horse.
The singing horse angle.
Right. Well, singing horse, singing dog, you know, eventually they're all the animals. Talking. So, yeah, it's but it's funny, you know, I don't think Gene was ever paired with, you know, Rex or Ren Tin Tin, but it's interesting, you know, that's the way that these serials worked, is, you know, you have a star or you have some kind of gimmick or a combination of both, and you know, you're hoping, yeah, and you I mean, you're hoping that you can just get 12 stories out of it, you know, like it's kind of the crazy thing is, yeah, some of the episodes are kind of rehashes of each other or filler or whatever, but it's still taking a fair amount of effort to get this much content, you know? I mean, yeah, if every episode's about 20 minutes, what is that? Like 4 hours? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 hours of content, that's pretty much like a TV show. So like this was TV back then. So we're about to get into the exciting conclusion of tonight's episode, The Lightning Chamber. I lost it for a second, but I got it back. And where we left off was literally a Moranian being led to the Lightning Chamber to his demise because he has forsaken the Queen and the people of Morania. So, is he gonna
be executed by the state?
Yeah, brutal, pretty brutal. So we'll see if he gets some kind of rescue at the 11th hour. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Gene. Well, let's not get our hopes up for Gene coming down to Morania anytime soon. Yeah, I think they take a while to build up. Apparently, to Gene getting to Morania. So, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with this guy. Any predictions, Evan? What's the Lightning Chamber gonna do, or what's the?
I think that I think he's gonna narrowly escape because all of a sudden some smoke bombs are gonna, or some tear gas canisters are gonna randomly fall through a hole. And that's, that's set up and payoff.
Yeah, you see when the Thunder Riders were riding back to Morania and the sheriff was throwing those smoke bombs, one of them fell into that guy's pocket and it's in there right now. He doesn't even know it. And so yeah, it's gonna fall out. He's gonna inadvertently give him a reprieve. We'll see. I'm excited. On that note, Evan, if you've got it queued up.
What time are you at?
I am at 12:58.
Okay.
Then without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of the Phantom Empire, the Lightning Chamber, right now.
Captain, you are the 37th soldier to be executed this year.
Jesus.
I know. Many of them were my friends. What would you say if I told you they still live? Every one of them. I'd say you lied. I have charge of all executions, Captain. And I have saved their lives. What would you give to save yours?
What?
This is treason. I shall tell the Queen. How? Who will deliver your message? You are already in the death chamber. You will never see the Queen again, unless you agree to join with us and await the hour of rebellion. What are your terms?
Oh,
Your word.
snap.
Say
Plot
that you're
twist.
for us. What is your answer? You have my word. You're wise, Captain. You will be conducted through the secret passage to rebel headquarters.
I was not expecting that, man.
No, I really wasn't either.
Just when we thought there were already like multiple factions to keep track of that like have different interests at play, now we got another rebellion factor in Morania.
Build up 200,000 volts for the death chamber.
Jesus.
Execute.
Execute. Whoa.
That ends Captain Ord.
For the sake of the Muranian Empire, I wish it had been Jean Nortray.
I want to electrocute Gene Autry.
It's just too much like an SNL skit or something. Like just talking about a popular entertainer. It's like you're a super villain and you're focused on this very popular entertainer. Just doesn't seem real.
Also, it's a good thing she never went in there to like check for a body.
Right.
It disintegrated.
Hell, lightning just zapped it.
Things look funny. They didn't hesitate about accusing me.
And they sure were mighty anxious for the sheriff to use their
Look at Gene wearing that do-rag on his head. Look at that.
Yeah, he looks pretty cool.
He does. Oh my God, look at him. Gene rocked that look before anybody else had even thought of it.
Feeling better, Sheriff?
Eyes.
Tell us, did you get a good look at those peculiar-looking horsemen?
Huh.
Well, at any rate, you'll be glad to know that they captured Gene Autry.
Think of it, Beeson. People descended from one of the lost tribes of Mu, living in the underground world. But think of the fame and wealth we'll have when we find them.
Oops.
Oh my God.
Come out, you.
Oh, come on. Of course. You're not going to look in the trunk.
With the sheriff back at the ranch, we'd better go to our
I guess it was just the wind.
Right.
We heard everything.
We gotta get that gun. That must be the gun that killed your father. We've got to work fast. I'll get him back in here. Oh, my eyes!
It's sharp.
They've gone.
Nice. Mm.
What's the matter, Sheriff?
Noise! Noise!
Here it is.
Nice. Yeah.
I wonder if this is the right one.
It must be. It's the only one in the room.
There's nothing here. He's crazy.
I'm not so sure, but that... Of course, the man's out of his mind. Come on.
Nice.
He's all shot. Goofy.
Mm.
It's gone.
Hey, where's the gun?
Are those brakes fixed yet? Are those brakes fixed yet?
Not dead! I just got him loose! Sheriff!
I want it.
Ooh.
Moment, Professor.
Check it. I'll bet you the bullet that killed my dad fits it.
And the number will tell who bought it.
You're right. I'll get started for town and check up on everything as soon as my brakes are fixed.
Thanks.
Where'd you find it? Who's that upstairs? It's Autry. Come on, Sheriff. Get that gun.
Oh shit. Nice. Yeah, Gene. Oh, the brakes don't work.
Killing stuff when he reaches the grade. Those brakes are unpacked.
Oh my god. Oh, he's going so fast too.
Oh no.
No, Gene. I hope he's ready to do a flying leap out of that thing. Oh, with his boot. Uh-oh. Shifted. Oh! Oh! Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's freaking dead. There's no way. Well, that was the exciting conclusion of The Phantom Empire, Chapter 3. What did we think, Evan?
Well, we're gonna need a new character because that guy, he's definitely dead.
Yeah, you know, I don't know a lot about cars from the 1930s, but I think one thing that I can surmise is that they weren't particularly safe. Especially
I haven't seen any seatbelts.
no, and especially when you're careening down a cliffside, it's kind of hard to see how that thing's gonna keep you safe and snug when it doesn't even have a roof.
Yeah, he's gonna jump out at the last second. He'll be fine.
Well, if we've learned anything from these serials, Evan, that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna retcon, and we're gonna see that he just jumped onto the cliff before the car went over. He just got on there. He'll probably be hanging on literally on the edge of the cliff, and then somebody will help him up. I'm calling it now. So
yeah. Man, so how about this this rebel faction? That's we had an interesting development.
I was gonna say it was kind of getting to be kind of more of a stock episode until that, you know, that was like a
that was a
huge plot development that like you don't even have to know, like it was just that one scene and this exchange between these two characters and you're like, oh shit, well that's setting up even, that's raising the stakes even more for later. Like it's just
I hope that they do run with that like in a good way.
Well, I mean, that is the cool thing about this story is they really have set up plenty that can be paid off to good effect later. Will it? Time will tell. We don't know. But for now, let's, you know, we're going to hope for the best, and we're going to hope that because that they've set up so much good stuff, it's all really well-rounded, that the payoffs will kind of line up in a satisfying way. But with these serials, there's no telling. They may, you know, they may stick the opening of the routine, but the landing, it's always a little bit harder to stick. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how they can finish. But I mean, again, we're 3 chapters in. We still have 9 more to go. So
yeah,
plenty will happen and developments, changes, all this stuff. So,
you know, we didn't get any singing this week.
No, we had a little bit of harmonicas, but
yeah, a little bit of harmonica. We had some comic relief, but no Gene Autry song.
I missed Gene's singing this week. I'll be honest. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, I've enjoyed the 2 little songs that we've had.
Yeah, really have.
So I was a little bit surprised, and especially that we didn't see him doing his show. I
Yeah.
was expecting that.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. We haven't really had a musical on this show, have we?
No, and full disclosure, I'm not a huge fan of musicals. That's not to say that I don't like certain musicals. I'm a Rocky Horror fan. I like
Of course.
Phantom of the Paradise. There's certain horror musicals and even non-horror musicals that I get into, but I'm not a musicals guy, and especially in the genre that we cover, very rarely do we get something that has an extensive musical element mixed in, I'm trying to think. Well, you know what? That actually perfectly segues to this Friday's feature of the Scream Stream for our Summer of Shock Returns, because we'll definitely have some musical interludes mixed in. How could I forget? Some good old-fashioned 60s rock and roll, really generic, really already at that point outdated rock and roll. We're going to be watching this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, Ega from 1962, and this is a notorious indie B sci-fi teen exploitation film that is, it's one of those that's been called one of the worst of all time. It was, I'm pretty sure, lampooned on Mystery Science Theater, like a fair amount of the other movies we've watched so far this season. So it's got a crazy reputation, and it's essentially just, and I don't know how they explain it, but basically this caveman just kind of wanders up in modern day, wherever the story takes place, and starts wreaking havoc on the what up. And there's teenagers riding around on dune buggies, running into a caveman. They're like, "What do we do?" And so that's, and one of our teenagers.
Are we just talking about talking dogs?
Yes, yeah, right.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, that's all this movie is missing, unfortunately. They didn't get that because the producer of this particular movie was too focused on giving this being a spotlight for his son. And we've actually dealt with these characters before. I believe it was last season, because this movie stars not as the caveman, but as the teen singing sensation. I don't know if he's a singing sensation, but Arch Hall Jr., who we saw in The Sadist, which The Sadist is actually a good movie where he turns in a decent performance. This is him being more of like bubblegum poppy, like all-American teen, clean cut. So it's like pendulum. Well, I mean, the other character was a young kid too, kind of. The pendulum kind of swings in the other direction. He's supposed to be a good guy here. But of course his father produced it and maybe directed it. His father's in it as well. And of course Ega is played by Richard Keel or Kyle. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I'll figure that out before Friday. Who played Jaws, the villain in the James Bond movies. So and was also
Jaws,
not the shark.
The Jaws movie.
Right, and we'll have plenty of those jokes for you on Friday. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. It's really a ridiculous movie, and it's gonna be a nice kind of it's in color, and it takes place a lot outdoors in the sun, and there's some sand, and so it's just a very good summery film. And I think Evan's going to be bringing us a nice summery cocktail to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which this season he calls
It's Schlocktail Hour.
What are you serving up this Schlocktail Hour for us, Evan?
So this Friday we're going back in a kind of a spicy direction with A couple new flavors for this show. I'm making a fire-based cocktail for our caveman movie. I'm calling it
Okay.
the Discovery of Fire. If you'd like to make your own Discovery of Fire, you'll need some Fireball, some dragon fruit puree, some Cointreau, and some lemon juice. And you can find that recipe on our socials.
It's not up yet, but it will be up tomorrow.
Point, not right now, but
Not right
at some
now.
point.
It will be up on our Instagram page. We're over there at Scream Stream Show. Also on Twitter and TikTok at Scream Stream Show. So yeah, recipes for the cocktails, all that good stuff you can find over there. Of course, if you want to catch up on any of our past episodes, you can go find those over on our YouTube page at Scream Stream Live. And of course, we haven't been able to post there for almost 2 weeks now. So after Friday, our 2 weeks will be up. So we'll have some spine-tingling tales that we got to get out. We'll have we got a backload of episodes I got to get uploaded. So we'll be back full steam ahead.
Timeout.
Yeah, we'll see kind of moving forward. We're on like a third strike kind of. We got to be careful not to get that. So there may be some movies going forward that it's like, well, maybe we'll just live stream it on Twitch because it's safer, it's safer. So I encourage everybody to, I appreciate everybody watching on YouTube, but of course we're over on Twitch always at Scream Stream Show. Kathy's over here, aka Spark, over on Twitch. We appreciate Kathy joining us over here during these difficult times, being with us and tuning in tonight as always and chatting. Thank you, Kathy. And yeah, so we'll be back at it this Friday, and then the YouTube channel will be in full force on Saturday, hopefully. So, and of course, if you want to follow us on the socials, you can find me over on, forgot where I was, what social, because am I really on? I'm on Twitter at Spakenstein, and Mr. Evan Sink is on Twitter and Instagram at Caligari Cursed. Anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
I think if we can take anything from tonight, it's this. Take it breezy.
Take it breezy, and I'm out.
And we're out.
Until Friday. Sweet screams, everybody.
And to all, a good fright.